Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about natural and human influences on the Earth system. So let's get started. So, the Earth is always changing, and it has changed over time, sometimes slower and sometimes faster. Change is just a natural part of the Earth system. So, when it happens faster, an example would be a quick volcanic eruption that can cause changes to other parts of the system. Slower changes can include plate tectonics, where the continents, the plates are moving apart or moving in general at a very slow pace. So, let's talk about some natural changes in the Earth's system. So, over time, throughout history, if you look at this graph, the Earth's temperature has shifted. The temperature has increased and decreased in a cyclic manner. And we've had interglacial, meaning not glacier like right now, and glacial, meaning ice ages, and a cycle between that throughout time, even before we existed. And this is natural, and it happens because the Earth's orbit, the shape of the Earth's orbit around the sun, tends to change throughout time. Over a long period of time. You can see sometimes our orbit is more circular, sometimes it's more oval shaped or what we call elliptical. Our spin, the direction in which the Earth spins, as you can see, also changes over time between 19 to 24,000 years. And this can have an impact on how we're interacting with the sun or how much sunlight is approaching the different parts of the Earth. And the thing about Earth is our tilt, or how tilted the Earth is. As you can see, right now our tilt is around 23.5 degrees, but sometimes that tilt of the Earth's axis also changes between around 21.5 to 24.5 degrees every 41,000 years or so. And this change in the tilt can also affect how we're interacting with the sun and causing these cycles of interglacial and glacial periods. And this is all natural. um in general, ice ages happened in the past without human activity. And things such as volcanoes and earthquakes that are also natural can cause changes in our land and climate. So what are some human driven changes happening on Earth? Well, humans are now causing lots of changes that are happening very fast on Earth, and these changes are global changes. We're burning fossil fuels that are changing our atmosphere. We're increasing the amount of carbon dioxide in the air by releasing greenhouse gases, as you can see, compared to natural effects of greenhouse gases in the air. And this is causing changes to our atmosphere. Those greenhouse gases are trapping more heat from the sun, causing our climate to become warmer. And we're also using our land or manipulating our land, causing pollution, which are impacting our ecosystem. These are just some examples of how we're affecting our earth systems and that are not natural. So let's talk about time scales. As mentioned before, some changes that we're causing are also very quick, not just us, naturally as well. And this can be earthquakes, just like this GIFs or GIF shows. Other changes can take centuries, such as climate change. And scientists are studying the rate at which these changes are happening to understand their impacts. And the emphasis is that these changes have always happened, but humans are causing these changes to happen at a faster rate. And that is influencing lots of changes in other parts of the Earth systems. So, how do we know about the Earth's past? Well, normally scientists use ice cores, which they're literally drilling cylinders of ice and seeing the ancient gas particles that were trapped in the ice to figure out what our climate used to be like, or the composition of our climate. We tend to use tree rings as well, and we see the depth of the tree rings or even this any scarring on the tree rings to um figure out what the temperature was like, or whether it was rainy or dry, and so on. We also look at rocks and fossils, which are remains of living organisms, to help us understand past environments. So, in summary, Earth has always changed. In the past, it used to be more natural, but there are also human impacts that are causing these changes now. And those human impacts are causing those changes to happen at a faster rate. So you can see between 1880 and 1969, the Earth was changing still. We had interglacial and glacial cycles, as you can see with this temperature graph, but it was a steady change. But now, because of our human actions, those changes are changing very rapidly, somewhere between 1970 to today. And this is not natural. We're speeding up global change, and we need to understand this to understand how to protect our future by understanding our past. So what's next? Next, we're going to talk about why Earth system science matters, why scientists are studying the Earth systems to find answers, and how Earth system science helps us understand feedback loops and impacts. That's it.